do simple better. When you do simple better over and over and over again, when you do those fundamentals over and over and over again, when you have a plan, when you have a vision, when you have standards, when people are clear on their roles, amazing things happen.
Welcome to Limitless Minds, the podcast where curiosity meets greatness. If you're ready to discover what it takes to be truly limitless and push beyond your own limits, you're in the right place.
We're back after an epically boring World Cup final, which, I mean, I don't know, Travis, World Cup finals, there's been some amazing ones. There's been some duds. It's probably somewhere in between. I think if you are a fan of intricate, technical, tactical soccer, you appreciated Spain's performance and just how dominant it was. If you wanted excitement and, highlights and great crosses and bicycle kicks, and that didn't happen. But we did get a 1-0. Not surprisingly, because there was 2 Arsenal players on the pitch when the game ended. 1-0 to the Arsenal.
I know how you keep score.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
I know how you keep score.
The other thing that was interesting of it, there were some fireworks. Enzo Fernandez decided to play the role of water buffalo and just absolutely just go after
lots of style points on the flip.
An 18-year-old defender wanted to make him. I was like, I rewatched that. I don't know about you, but I rewatched it and I just was like, I was trying to figure out the physics on that one, and like he got him pretty darn good.
He did.
That was not a flop.
And follows right through with the it was it was technically and tactically impressive. It was really grateful he bounced up.
Did you get the water buffalo reference?
Run at the Storm?
No, that's a good part. But there's a video going around about a man taking a picture of a bison, and he got flipped in a very similar manner.
Good call. I'm so conditioned with Limitless Minds. Any buffalo, I'm thinking Run at the Storm. But yes. Was that Yosemite or one of the parks?
Something like that. One of those Western large geyser like places. The other thing that happened afterwards was a complete mental meltdown. By the Argentinian players.
Super unfortunate.
Beginning with as Rodri is running out to celebrate with his Spanish teammates, getting punched in the chest as he runs by somebody, and then that escalates everything. That being said, though, hey, emotions run over sometimes, Travis. But that was the game. The team that deserved to win won, right? They played better branded football.
Won.
They had possession. They were the better. Did you hear this? What their expected goals against was for the entire tournament over 8 games? How many goals that the algorithm predicts, like how many goals they should have given up?
XGs,
8 games.
XGs, how many?
2.3
for the tournament.
For the entire tournament.
For the tournament.
For 8 games.
And they gave up 1, right?
Yes, they did.
They gave up 1.
The previous record was by Brazil, and it was like 3.39, and that was over 7 games. So, pretty ridiculous.
Right. So Josh, Spain wins it. They take the defending world champs, and like going into the game, we're like, what's the difference going to be at? And it's like, can Argentina get the ball? And the answer was no.
No, not really. Well, they could get it, but then they would lose it.
Remember like when you're a kid and you're older and you're the 6th grader and the 3rd graders, and you decide, hey, we're gonna play keep away from the 3rd graders, and like they're never gonna get the ball if you don't want them to get the ball. We saw keep away at world's biggest sporting event final, and that's just what it felt like, right? It just now as the game went on, my feeling was, ooh, is Argentina gonna get this? Depends. Where I think they have the advantage if they get to pens.
Emi Martinez.
Emi Martinez. And you would think from a psychological standpoint, Argentina, like, hey, we got the pens. Spain thinking, like, how didn't we win by now? There's going to be that psychological component. And then, thank goodness, we didn't get to that point. And again, I think that's a testament, too, to Spain was authentically who they are. And it was they were like water on a stone, right?
That's a great analogy.
We are eventually going to just wear you down. Water on a stone. They found that one moment, and there's just a little bit of a groove, and it was just a beautiful expression of like they didn't change their identity. They didn't panic. There was urgency, right? The difference between urgency and panic. There's that sense of urgency, but such a sense of poise to the situation. And then beautifully, Josh, they score early in extra time. Argentina's got about 25 minutes left of extra time to get the equalizer. And then what does Spain do as response? You're not getting the ball.
Nothing different. Yeah, you're not going to get the ball.
Argentina has that one scary chance right at the very at the death. But outside of that, Spain was like, no, we're not changing. We're not changing. What got us here is what's going to keep us here. So, Josh, the thing that you made me think of when you were describing it at the beginning, and when I think about this from a limitless mind standpoint, a leadership standpoint, a performance standpoint, when you look at the World Cup as a whole, not at who won the whole World Cup, when you look at moments, players, things that you take from the entire tournament, from moments or players, does anything about Spain make the top 10?
There wasn't anything brilliant, right? There wasn't like this moment of like, oh my gosh, my jaw's on the ground, hit a top bin. No, never happened.
So Josh, fill in the blank from a limitless mind's perspective. Fill in the missing word. Excellence is
boring.
Yeah. Excellence
do simple better too. There's a lot of do simple better.
And so you and I say that, and just for the audience, that is actually what we're saying is not an insult to Spain at all. It's actually like the greatest compliment, right? Yeah. Excellence is boring. And so
it's great, simple habits repeated over and over and over and over again. It's the fundamentals just nailed. And I think when you stretch that out and you go towards the corporate space or to the business space, and you think about what are my fundamentals? One of the courses that we teach and we start most of our sessions with is the fundamentals of thinking.
Yeah.
So what are those fundamentals? Staying neutral, staying non-negative. Things turn out best for those that make the best out of the way things turn out. And getting down to the bare bones and the basics of, okay, this is a thought process of excellence. This is a thought process of high performance. And let's nail that. And then, that's what Spain did. They nailed the defensive rotations. They nailed pass and move, right? What was the Barcelona mantra for years and years and years? Win the ball, pass the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And and you see it. And again, if we go to the macro even more from an organizational and from a leadership standpoint, right? We talk about all the time at the corporate level, and it's the same in sports. From a leadership standpoint, have clear mission, vision, and purpose. Mission, vision, and purpose. Have a clear identity of who you are and why you are. And now clarity and structure around who we are and how we get there. Yeah. And when you look at the Spanish development system, right? And it's not like they just came up with this a few weeks ago. And so you see what they have in place, right? Their head coach has come up through the system, through the ranks. Their players have come up through the system, through the ranks. And the two, arguably outside of Rodri, the two best players on the field for Spain are 19. Right? They just won their World Cup. Right? They won a Euro, they won a World Cup, and their best two players currently on their team are 19, so they're not going anywhere. And what did the women's team just do in the last few years? Right? This is organizational, right? This is organizational success. It's by design, not by
default.
By default.
Exactly. And I think, for our listeners out there, the whole point of us, by the way, I don't know about you, but I'm just sad that the World Cup's over.
I know. I'm already countdown to the Women's World Cup.
I'm already I'm watching USL 1. I'm just watching. Yes. I'm just in.
Wait a second. You were watching USL 1, Josh. Who were you watching this week?
I was watching a team from Portland, Maine called the Hearts of Pine.
There they are.
Which is, maybe somebody's working with them. Maybe that's why I watched them. But anyway, so it was really, the amazing distraction of the summer, and then also too just the curiosity that you can really dive into these different countries and learning about this and that and the other thing. It was just a wonderful, wonderful tournament. But I do, like what you just said there too is so crucial. And, do simple better. When you do simple better over and over and over again, when you do those fundamentals over and over and over again, when you have a plan, when you have a vision, when you have standards, when people are clear on their roles, amazing things happen.
Well,
Right?
Josh, you and I have been doing, right, this World Cup edition. I'm not sure whatever this is, podcast 6, 7, or 8 for the World Cup edition, and a little bit of a departure from our normal series, which is what's our normal series?
Success leaves clues.
Success leaves clues. And what did we get for the last month, right? We got a Spanish team, a Spanish organization, where if you wanted to figure out what success looks like and how success is possible, they just left a months long breadcrumbs of what success looks like. And we could break it down in all these different ways, from the players to the leadership to the structure, mindset, and all of it. And so, sport, again, the World Cup becomes this beautiful thing where we get to use sport and the joy that sport brings to the world. And it brings to, like, you and I are doing this work because first and foremost, we love sports, and it drew us to this kind of work. And there's so much good, and there's so much individual mindset and collective and organizational that we take from being able to analyze and look at not only this beautiful game, but sports in general, and the lessons that it teaches us. And it's like the reason that's why we do this series, this Limitless Minds Success Leaves Clues podcast, because we just got to witness it in a very fun way this past month. All the different ways that success, it's not an accident. And like you, I'm just bummed that it's over.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many great lessons, so many great moments. We could go through those. I think we won't. I think people have heard other podcasts where they're, this moment, that moment. I do want to say, the one enduring thing that I was left with over and over and over again is FIFA is massively corrupt. No, I'm just joking. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's not that at all. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. This game, and we've said it before, soccer is bigger. Football is bigger than the sport.
Yes.
And you saw the passion, you saw the people, you saw the love, the joy. The big thing the one that jumped out at me too was Norway. And I'll say this, like, their fans were incredible. While their fans were over here and they were progressing, like, literally the government was like, no, stay over there. Don't come back to work. And, they get back and they made the quarterfinals. Like, we made the quarterfinals. USA made the quarterfinals in 2002. What happened when the USA team came back from the quarterfinals in 2002? Absolutely nothing. There was crickets. They got off the plane. There was a parade. They met with the king and the queen. They did, they were just like, oh my gosh, all this pomp and circumstance and this joy of just thankfulness and gratitude towards that Norwegian team for what they did in the World Cup. And it was just, I just love that, right? Like that appreciation of the work that you did. And so one of the things we also say at Limitless Minds, in terms of, hey, people ask me all the time, how do we make a positive culture? Well, catch your people winning.
Yeah.
Catch your people winning. And that's a great example of it. The Norwegians coming back and just being celebrated. So
yeah, I love it.
That's what I got. What do you got? Give me one thing, and then we'll wrap this puppy up. Put a bow on the World Cup.
Again, it's from a leadership standpoint, right? I know you kind of took a fun jab there, the most obvious jab that I think no one would argue with us. When we look at leadership is not who you say you are, it's what you do. And so there were so many, not only the leadership on the teams, but organizational leadership, even, I don't know, maybe political, national leadership, when don't tell me who you are, all I'm going to do. Don't tell me who you are, you're going to show me who you are.
Yeah. And what you're doing is so loud, I can't hear what you're saying.
Hear you. It's exactly it. And, I love to say that, when it comes, our life is, we live like banana slugs, right? And so banana slugs, you know exactly who they are and where they've been, because all you have to do is follow the slime trail. Yeah. So words are great. Mantras on the wall are inspiring. But at the end of the day, performance, leadership, all that, it's not about what you say, it's about what you do. And so again, like Limitless Minds, we're a behaviors organization. When Josh and I work with athletes, we're focused on mindset that drives behaviors. And because at the end of the day, it's behaviors that drive results. And so,
without a doubt.
it's just so good to see that at the end of the day, no one will argue and say that Spain lucked their way to the top, right? It was there with the right mind. Yeah. And so there you have it, Josh. So again, for those of you who are new or just joining for the footy, Josh and I do the Success Leaves Clues podcast here with Limitless Minds. We've got a lot of great guests who we have coming up in the future months that we can get guests back on.
We got some special guests coming up in the next 2 weeks that I think people will really, really, really enjoy. We'll just leave that out there. We won't say anything about who they are, but starting on Monday, we're going to be recording some different eyes on the mental world. Let's just put it that way.
Speaking of, it's not what you say, it's what you do. Can't wait for these special guests to reveal how true that is. So that's all we'll say for now.
That being said, we hope you all enjoyed the World Cup as much as we did. The Premier League starts in about a month. So, you can buy your Arsenal gear now at arsenal.com, a sponsor of the Limitless Minds podcast. Or if you want to watch USL 1 and the MLS, it's back up and running already, right? Hearts of Pine,
best club, best culture,
great jersey,
best
great
kids,
unbelievable. Lobster rolls in the stands. Come on, no
Hearts
joke right there. Hearts of Pine.
Shout out to Gabe Hoppin Johnson, founder of Hearts of Pine. Up the hearts, baby. Up the hearts.
Up the hearts. Maybe they should promote our podcast. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll be back soon. This one will air next week, and then the week after there may be a pause. But just keep on subscribing, keep on clicking and pounding that subscribe button. Limitless Minds podcast.
Don't have to be sick to get better.
To get better.